Ozempic, and we're gonna be reacting to a video. What is Ozempic, and is it safe for weight loss? Probably you guys have seen this before, and mostly your favorite Hollywood stars has been using Ozempic, and Ozempic is the first thing it is used for. We're gonna describe that, and we're gonna get right into the content. So most of your favorite stars has used it, as a form of weight loss, but originally it is not designed for weight loss, but it is designed for, let's get more into the details. A doctor is going to explain it.
Ozempic has been all over the news and social media. Celebrities and many others have been using it, but of course, they don't admit to it. To properly cover the topic, I asked a board-certified internal medicine physician, Dr. Elizabeth Grand, to help me with this topic. She also happens to be my wife. Hello.
What's up, wifey?
Hi.
We finally convinced Liz to join me for a video. You're welcome. So please show support in the comments below. So Liz, what is Ozempic?
Great question, Dr. Gary. So Ozempic is the brand name for a medicine called semaglutide. It's a once-weekly subcutaneous injectable medication, meaning that the medicine gets injected into the skin in usually the upper arm, the thigh, or the abdomen, and it's primarily used to treat type 2 diabetes. That's what it was
Yes, that's the main reason they created Ozempic. It was not initially created for weight loss, but after a while, some people just discover it can make them lose weight also.
FDA approved for initially in 2017. Ozempic or semaglutide belongs to a class of medications called GLP-1 receptor agonists. And GLP-1 is basically a hormone that's produced by the GI tract. And so the GLP-1 receptor agonists essentially work on these GLP-1 receptors. GLP-1 receptors are located throughout the body, but there's three main areas that we'll talk about today. The first is the pancreas, where it leads to the release of insulin. Insulin then promotes the absorption of glucose into tissues to be used for energy or to be used as a form of energy storage. And this ultimately causes a decrease in blood glucose levels. The second is the brain, where it decreases appetite by reducing the feeling of hunger. And the third is the GI tract, where it slows down the movement of food and thus makes us feel more full. In terms of dosing,
All right, so we already talked about that your favorite Hollywood superstars are using Ozempic, and we're gonna find out why exactly, because not everyone is able to afford it. That's one of the main reasons. Even Elon Musk has used it, and many more other stars has been using it for weight loss purposes. And it is not, Ozempic is not for weight loss purposes, and we're gonna identify this because it is not what you think. And when we look at here, this is the website of Ozempic. It says here, lowering A1C is an important part of managing type 2 diabetes. So basically it's for type 2 diabetes, and on, reduce. But here is where it's actually saying you may also lose some weight. So basically, originally it was not made for weight loss, but for some reason, as the doctor here is explaining, it was discovered that it could help people lose weight. So it is clearly on their website, it clearly says it is not for weight loss, but it may help improve, it may help people to lose some weight. So this is why some people are actually misconstrued, thinking it's just solely a weight loss drug.
Generally start with semaglutide at 0.25 milligrams weekly, and it can gradually be increased to a maximum of 2 milligrams as tolerated. The cost without insurance can be up to about $1,200 a month.
And this is the reason why mostly superstars or people with that who has money, who can actually afford it, and $1,200 per dosage, that's actually a lot. And imagine that it's something that you have to basically continuously keep taking. And So why is it the case that people are using it as a weight loss miracle drug?
And there is another form of semaglutide called Wegovy, and
Yeah, this is also mainly focused on weight loss.
this is basically semaglutide in a higher dose, and this is the medication that's actually FDA approved for weight loss, but it is specifically approved for people either with obesity or who are overweight with at least one weight-related condition. These include conditions like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and heart disease. So what is Ozempic or semaglutide used for? It was initially meant for the treatment of type 2 diabetes.
Yeah, just like I just said, on their website, they actually mentioned this. It is originally created for type 2 diabetes. And let's see, Ozempic may help you lose some weight. Ozempic is not a weight loss drug, as you can see here. And this is on their website. They actually identified this. But yeah, some people are actually using it as a weight loss drug because, well, mostly the superstars, because, you know, everybody, sometimes people can use the little weight loss that they can actually achieve or get.
To help decrease blood sugar by augmenting the release of insulin. But people found that there was also this impact on weight loss, and it's been studied and it has been shown to reduce weight. But what they've also found is that people generally need to stay on Ozempic in order to maintain the weight loss.
And this is a key part right there, that people need to stay on it in order to experience the weight loss. Because the thing is, with this weight loss drug, it's not something that you can just simply take one time or a few times and then automatically you start losing weight. It's something, basically, especially when it comes to type 2 diabetes medication, it's a life sentence. Basically, you constantly have to keep using it in order to actually get the result that you are looking for. And this is something, you know, it's yeah, somehow a different form of way of addicting people to certain drugs.
In terms of risks or side effects, the most common side effects that we typically see are nausea, vomiting, constipation.
It's amazing how they can casually just mention the negative ways that this medication can actually affect the body. And it's just basically casually being said. And even on the website, they mentioned the same. And I believe this information that she's getting right now is originally from the source, which is the website the manufacturer of this drug.
Sometimes diarrhea. We also see dizziness, increased heart rate, headaches, reflux, even sometimes acute kidney injury, which is thought to be due to dehydration from all of the nausea and the vomiting that Ozempic can induce. It's also not recommended for people who have certain gastrointestinal tract diseases like inflammatory bowel disease, things like Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis. There's also a black box warning for a specific type of thyroid cancer. This comes from studies that were done in rodent models that showed growth of the specific type of thyroid tumor. Acute pain.
Okay, so now, again, is something that you constantly have to keep using, and it's very pricey. And at the same time, it comes with a lot of side effects that you can experience. And you know, the interesting thing about this is that the transformation, it's not something that you're gonna actually experience over time, like basically your entire life. Did you know that Ozempic, it has a limit? Basically, a lot of the time, on average, adults with type 2 diabetes taking Ozempic lose about 14 pounds, which is 6.35 kilos. And even on the website, they actually mentioned this too. How many, if I can find it really quickly here. It says Ozempic, wait, let me see. Oh yeah, right here. This is what I just said, about 14 pounds, which is 6.35 kilos on average that the people, you know, will lose or remove. But it's not enough to have a transformation, a life, you know, a real transformation in terms of weight loss. So yeah, is it really worth it? That's actually the question here.
Pancreatitis, which is a condition where the pancreas becomes quite inflamed, has also been noted in this class of medications. And it's really important to note that pancreatitis can be severe and can be fatal.
Wow.
It's unclear what this mechanism is for this possible complication. It's also unclear whether or not this has any implications for pancreatic cancer in the long run. But regardless, if you have a history of pancreatitis.
So basically now, taking this medication, which has a limitation on the amount of weight loss you're gonna experience. That's if you decide, or the people who decide to use Ozempic as a form of weight loss. And I do understand that if you're suffering from obesity or overweight, that you'll be happy with the little amount of weight that you actually remove. You know, any result, a small amount of result is better than nothing at all. But it really comes, first of all, it's not made for weight loss. It has these effects, and even though that you might lose weight from it, it will be plateaued. You will have a limit to the amount of weight that you can use and lose. And at the same time, it's something that you have to constantly keep using. And it comes with negative side effects. So, I mean, it's if you can afford the problems that it come with, that it should be something that you could maybe use. But if you cannot afford it, then, it's a losing game.
Or if you develop pancreatitis while on the medication, you should stop it and you should never take it again.
Significant weight loss with drugs like Ozempic and Wegovy can change the way our faces look. As we've covered.
Oh yeah, because there's the Ozempic face look, and he's gonna basically talk about this.
In other videos, we have many fat compartments throughout our face, and these compartments are affected by anything that leads to weight loss, such as bariatric surgery, such as just kind of natural weight loss with diet and exercise, and or with drugs like Ozempic and Wegovy. As our weight drops, the fat in our face decreases as well. This could lead to areas appearing more hollow, more gaunt, and also our skin starting to droop. It may be that the faster the weight loss with these medications and the more significant the weight loss, the less the body has an ability to adapt and adjust. And that can lead to more sagging at a faster rate. Now,
so which means after you've used, majority of people who've used Ozempic, after they've used it and they're experiencing weight loss, they need to basically keep spending on, if their faces get droopy and the muscles or basically the skin becomes saggy. You can imagine that's actually a face talk or facelift. And if you are a Hollywood superstar, you need to do it. And you can afford it. But like I said, Ozempic is something that is designed to be taken in the long term, meaning that you need to take it for life. And if you are not type 2 diabetes, if you don't suffer from this issue, is it really worth it? And with the limited amount of weight loss that it actually can offer. So, and yes, I mentioned that it has a limit. It's important to know that if you are taking this drug for weight loss purposes, your body may get used to it initially, which will establish a plateau. So meaning a point that you actually not losing weight at all. And this is also based on research. This basically, when you stop taking Ozempic, I will put the link in the description box. If you stop taking Ozempic, you will regain the weight again. So going naturally is actually the best way to actually do things, because not only that you're not going to suffer the side effects that comes with it, and at the same time, you don't have to spend so much money per month to be able to afford it. Yeah, and at the same time, it comes with a lot of different reasons, different negatives to it. I understand a lot of the time it's called the lazy weight loss drug. I understand sometimes it can be very difficult to actually do it in a natural way, but this is something you have to really balance. I'm really curious to hear how people really feel about this, how you guys feel about this. If it's something that you will definitely take, you'll say, whatever the negatives are, it doesn't matter. I want to lose some weight, even though it's gonna be something I have to be on for life, or something that I have to basically keep paying for, and it's gonna be very hefty in your pocket, you could still gonna do it. I mean, some people are like that.
How are celebrities involved in all of this? Well, the cost of Ozempic is about $1,200 per month for off
$1,200 per month. So when it comes, if you consider a gym membership, your nutrition, a trainer, it will be way less than that. Not even, it depends where you are. And it couldn't be not even half of the amount to actually, that you will use or you'll spend monthly on your weight loss journey.
label use of Ozempic as a weight loss drug. And that is a major expense for most people, but usually not a major expense for most celebrities.
True. I'm not trying to burst your bubbles or ruin your curiosity. I'm just stating the facts. Basically, when we look at well, this doctor is speaking about it as well, the hard facts that I've actually identified. And when you look at the website also, the manufacturer, this is exactly what they're saying. Basically, they're saying it's mainly for type 2 diabetes, and it has an effect on weight loss also, but it is a type 2 diabetes drug. So let's move further.
And similar to the lack of transparency when it comes to plastic surgery for celebrities, so too with weight loss, there is a similar lack of transparency. For example, Kim Kardashian had to fit into that Marilyn Monroe dress for the Met Gala. And as many have surmised, including the New York Times, she may have taken Ozempic to drop weight quickly to try to fit into that dress. But remember that the safest way to lose weight is to do so gradually. With these
True. It's the safest way to do it gradually, because your body will actually, work for it. And if you don't work for it, then automatically you're gonna have a rebound that you're gonna gain the weight even faster and even more.
medications and with any
I'm just trying to get you guys, informed to know what you're getting yourself into before you actually, if this is something that you decide to do, that okay, how to balance it out, if it's something that you really want to do, to decide yes.
other method as well. I'm anticipating that the popularity of facial filler, including fat transfer to the face, will increase because of medications such as Ozempic. I also think that the incidence of lifting procedures such as brow lifts and facelifts will increase as well, because as we talked about previously, there's an increased sagging that occurs when the fat in our face declines. And
True. And did you know that regardless, let's say for example now, Kim Kardashian, the queen of the needles, what I mean by surgeries. So did you know that even though you are taking Ozempic, it is still recommended that you eat healthier and exercise while using the medication? And this is also something that is recommended by the manufacturer. So if you thought that you don't have to make any lifestyle changes and you are just there for the results, then I'm Elon Musk's brother. So it's actually, you have to be realistic about this.
we've been talking a lot about buccal fat removal on this channel and the risks of that procedure. And keep in mind that Ozempic is now introducing additional hollowing of the face. So if someone's had a buccal fat removal, then they go on Ozempic to lose further weight. Now they're going to look even more hollowed out, gaunt, and they may be looking to replace that lost volume. So Liz, is Ozempic a good idea?
So certainly for people who have type 2 diabetes.
Yes, I agree with her. Because ideally, this is why it was invented for. Because picture it like this. Ozempic is a type 2 diabetes drug that the manufacturers actually say it is. And the manufacturer also say you may also lose some weight, but it's not a guarantee. Besides, it won't make you fit alone, because even in the manufacturer's website, where they have all the information about the drug, they say you need to make healthier lifestyle choices, and you still need to exercise regardless if you're taking it.
Yes, I like the fact that in general it's not associated with hypoglycemia, which is when the blood sugar drops to a dangerously low level. This can be a very serious issue for people as they're trying to get their blood sugar under control. For people who are obese or are overweight with conditions like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, heart disease, obstructive sleep apnea, I think yes.
So Liz, I've heard that there's like a shortage of Ozempic right now.
Yeah, this is the big problem right now. People who really need this medication are not getting it. People who have type 2 diabetes who have been on this medication for years are having trouble accessing this medication. Physicians who are prescribing these medications to people who don't necessarily need it, resulting in, a decrease in the supply for people who do need it. I know that not all doctors are doing this, but there's probably some that do that. And I would say you need to take a look at yourself in the mirror. And
All right, I do that. We do that every day. So again, we still have to exercise. And I know basically making lifestyle changes is not easy and it's not a fast solution. Neither would it be if you're using Ozempic. So if it was easy for us to be fit, all of us would have been. But that's not a reason for you to give up on yourself. It's something that it's something that you can actually achieve.
The other issue I see with the increased use of Ozempic for people who are just trying to lose that little bit of extra weight, it just speaks to this kind of viewpoint that unfortunately we as a society seem to have, that our bodies, and I think in particular women's bodies, but certainly everyone's bodies as well, we view our bodies as like a trend. Right now it's in to look thin, but a few years ago it was trendy to look voluptuous. But back
What is that? Okay. Yeah, it's easy for us to get attached to a trend, and yeah, so everybody can attach to a certain type of trend. And so basically, it is up to you. If you basically are overweight, it is really up to you to actually make the effort to make the changes. Because again, spending on Ozempic, you will have to spend a lot of money, and at the same time, you still have to do the work that you need to do at the gym either ways. And so eating more helpful and exercise is also a lifelong pursuit. Just like if you do decide to start using Ozempic, of course, you're gonna have to use it for life. And the difference is, on one hand, you will develop an engaging, inspiring transformation story to tell based on your experience and that will shape your character and body. And by making healthier lifestyle changes and exercising. And you'll be also feel more proud of yourself, because on the other hand, if you decide to start using this drug and you still have to go through pain, frustration, and discomfort, and you also may not also be satisfied with the limited result of weight loss that it actually has to offer, and not to mention the side effect. So now a new form of anxiety and problems actually, that you have to deal with. So let's
in the 90s,
finish.
It was also very in to look very skinny. I just think that we all need to learn to appreciate our bodies more and be kinder to our bodies. And
I think people just need to get off these things of following trends and putting so much pressure on themselves about things what other people who are living their lives freely. And basically just do you need to know what you want and go after what you actually want for yourself. And following, I know that's not gonna make any difference. We're gonna still follow trends, but Yeah, it is meaningful to actually say this because maybe somebody might hear it, maybe it might change somebody's life. And you have to know, when it comes to trends, you have to know, okay, is it possible in your life? That's something, a lot of the time people don't really take time to actually think, okay, this trend is happening, I want to do it, but is it actually something, that is going to be beneficial to your lifestyle? I think that's the most important thing, people will actually really do need to identify with them themselves. So let's move forward.
And maybe even just learn to love ourselves a little more.
Very
Yeah,
well
true.
said, Liz. Thank you. We have more powerful tools than ever before with drugs such as Ozempic. And, they're used for treating medical ailments, and they can potentially be used for improving our appearance and our self-esteem. But we need to apply these tools sparingly and with caution and with proper allocation around the world. If you want to see more,
When it says sparingly, sparingly, yeah, it's like use it consciously, but basically it's like saying yeah, you can use it, you cannot use it. Yeah, he's not really taking a side of it. But I would say for me, just use it when it comes to certain products. I try to find what is the purpose of the what was the purpose it was created for based on the manufacturer. Because if I make a product, then I would know best what is the purpose that it was meant for. And try to stick to that, because you do yourself a favor and learn the healthier ways by exercising and actually making changes in your nutrition to have a more clean diet. And so basically, that could be it's going to be a challenge for everybody. But at the end of the day, again, remember that Ozempic do come with a lot of negative side effects that you could have to, deal with in your future. And going to the gym and exercising and making lifestyle choices, I understand it can also be a difficult challenge. But in life, you always got to choose your battle. You got to choose your struggle, because no one is going to ever go through life without struggling in any way or form. And I do understand that Ozempic is like a cheat code, but again, it's up to you if you're gonna do it. It's really up to you. But I'm just here to basically provide you guys with the facts, and you can also hear it from these people who actually explain the facts as well in their eyes. And let me see. Yeah, so we talk about also the Ozempic face, and after you lose the weight, how basically their face become like hollow. So now that's something that you can actually identify in celebrities when you see they have the Ozempic face. Let me see if I can actually get this going quickly. Ozempic face says, all right. Let's bring it up right there. Okay, so you can see the difference here, the Ozempic face. And for sure, her, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how long did her weight loss journey actually take, but you can tell. Yeah, let me put it this way: you can tell how her face just basically transformed, and whether it's a good thing or not is really depends on the person, if they are happy with the actual result they are experiencing. And that's also up to you. Ideally, if you're gonna lose weight or gain weight, your facial structure or your face is gonna be also gaining or losing. It's gonna go through some changes. All right, so yeah, anything last words I want to say? And so the last things I want to say again is try your best to find natural ways to actually lose the weight that you actually are going through. And if you feel that you need some extra boost, some extra drugs, there are natural means, natural things that you could eat that could help you to manage your cravings and manage your energy levels as well. because there will always be moments, there will always be a hurdle for you to actually go over. And I believe the natural way, doing things the natural way, is always the best way forward. And I do understand a lot of the time some people want a cheat code, they cannot wait to get the result that they actually want. And Ozempic might be the answer to for some people, but it's not for everyone. And in the future, I'm gonna actually have a stream about basically the result, the real facts of people who've been using it and what are their true experiences with it. And for me, it's not something I can use. I'm not suffering with any of these illnesses and well, with type 2 diabetes. And also, it wouldn't be my choice because you know how fun it is to actually, go to the gym and have a good workout session. And actually, outside of that, you can, it's basically you eat natural food, healthy food. This is actually, a challenge that you got to put yourself into because a lot of the time, we want to be strong and we are not doing anything about it. I'm not talking about just physically strong, I'm talking about also mentally and emotionally strong. Choosing a lot of the time, there's when it comes to these celebrities, they have extreme pressure to actually maintain and stay a certain type of weight and maintain a certain form of figure. And it's a lot of pressure because a lot of people, a lot of eyeballs are on them. But for you now, what could be, what is the pressure? Even if it might be from one or two people or just maybe a handful, but it should be something that is completely you can manage. And there's a lot of resources out there, there's a lot of help. You just actually, gotta put your mind into it. You gotta find it. So again, if you find value in this video, if you learn something, please like and subscribe to the channel. And like always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.